Hey everybody, it's Friday and it's PoliTarology, and I'm here with one of my favorite psychics. I really mean that. He's one of my favorite psychics. I really love this guy. Arthur from Arthur Ease Your Mind. Arthur, welcome and thank you so much for coming on the
Well,
show.
thank you for inviting me. I have no life, so it's nice that people invite me places.
Well, same, and this is kind of my equivalent of a date on Friday night, is I just go on live and I do a bunch of stuff with psychics. So
Well, actually, I get invited places twice. The first time I get invited, it's great. Second time I'm invited to go back and apologize.
yeah. But do they accept it?
You can only, I do tell my clients this all the time. You can only apologize for something once. If the other person doesn't accept it, that's their issue, not yours.
That's right. That's right. That's really true. Well, today was an extraordinarily busy, newsy day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree? Tons of stuff to talk about. And everybody in the chat, if you want to put questions in all caps, as Sherry has already put in there, a little message about that for me. Let me see. I think I have a banner that will also remind people of that. Let's see. What does my banner
We're
say?
old, we can't read, put in caps.
Okay, yeah, this one will do. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put that one in across the bottom. I hope, Sherry, let me know if I have anything weird in that. I think you have the ability to go in and edit it if you need to. Like if I said, and in 2024, we're going to be, because it's an
No,
old.
you're all fine. You're all fine.
Okay.
It reads well.
All righty. So we have some interesting things to talk about. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is a little thing that came up, and I'm just going to share my screen so that you guys can see this because it's so interesting. Let's see. That's what I want to share. Allow. Oh, whoops, it's really big. Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are seeing. Oh, okay. Let me make it just big for a minute so people really get the full benefit. There we go. Now, a lot of ads on the side, but this is an article that says that Donald Trump was recruited by KGB in the 80s and even has a code name, which is, drumroll please, Krasnov. So not a particularly sexy or cool code name. And I'm going to stop the share right now because I have no idea if this is going to get me a copyright strike. I have no clue. But I think if you put something up for just a teeny tiny bit, you can get away with it.
But you're also saying where it came from, so you're not.
Oh, yeah. It's the Irish something or other.
Irish Star.
Irish Star. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not stealing it from anyone. I'm saying definitely. But it appeared on, was it the Daily Beast for a nanosecond, and then they took it down. No explanation, no correction. They just took it down. So clearly, Dumpy's group is not excited about that coming out. But also clearly, Mr. P, that is in charge of the big country that starts with R, is probably very happy about it. Why is Putin trolling him so bad? That is just
Rasputin.
Right. And speaking of Rasputin, do we think Putin is still with us, really, in the flesh?
Mm-hmm.
You do? But
I've always felt, I read him going to the netherworld. I thought it was going to be last April.
Yeah.
It may be this April.
Yeah, and I've always felt too, haven't you, that he's really tied almost karmically, he's tied to Trump.
I've always said it's Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, right? Very much. Although I think Trump is the dumber younger brother. Like they're not really equals. They're not really peers, but
they
are tied together. They're very much tied together. Yeah, and I think that Dumpy is gaining on Putin as far as number of body doubles. What do you think?
Oh, I don't. People ask me if Trump has a body. I don't feel he has a body double. He's got too big of an ego.
Oh no, that guy that has the really skinny neck.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
That's a body double because he doesn't know how to stand like Trump.
But the other lean forward. But the other thing about Putin was what I've always told everyone is when I first got the quote unquote vision, we'll call it that. I kept on seeing the movie poster for Murder on the Orient Express with Lauren Bacall. You know, where they assassinate the madman on the train.
Mm-hmm.
And Putin has his little train set. I've always seen him being assassinated for entertainment purposes only.
Who, Putin
Mm-hmm.
being assassinated? Uh-huh. Yeah, that would make sense. And it would be, you know, just desserts, because he has had so many instances of people falling out of windows and drinking the wrong tea and, you know, having,
Being hit by umbrellas, you know.
and what was the guy who invaded for him, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
That guy with, I can't remember the name of the group, but he was the hired hand, basically, and even
The hired help.
the hired help, exactly. I think you know, I think Putin's body doubles are really good by now, because they don't have the real Putin to be compared to as much. I think in the last few years, I think there's very few pictures of the real Putin. I don't think he would let that go out.
Well, if they come out looking like, you know, Kim Jong-un, then there's, wrong one.
Yeah, but they all look, if you look at the pictures of Putin, they can't be him. They can't be him. If you look at pictures of him in like the 80s or 90s, and then just think about how he would age, even with plastic surgery and injections and everything like that, he wouldn't look that way. And what the body doubles are all doing is looking like he did in the 80s or 90s. He was a good looking man, you know, but anybody, once they get way up there, I mean, how old is this guy?
He's in 70 something.
I'm going to look. I have his chart, so I'm just going to look really quick.
October 7th.
Tap dance for me so that I can find this. Gosh, I even have to
Tap,
look.
tap, 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 tap.
Thank you, Arthur. Your love. Thank
I
you.
tried.
The Vladimir Putin, 1952. So he's 72, 73. He's going to be 73 this year. So it's not like he's ancient. He's only in his 70s, but still, I don't know. I don't buy it.
I'm just gonna say I don't see him around. Sorry.
I don't either. I
I
honestly,
feel I feel as though people are gonna take him out.
I feel like he's very, very frail at this point, because he was diagnosed with Parkinson's a long time ago, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not a kind disease. And although it is not super fast working, it's not slow. I mean, it ravages your body. So has he had that 10 years? Yeah, because I think they were talking about, in Trump's administration is when I heard that they were talking about that disease.
Wow.
Somebody in the chat, please correct me. I'm probably totally wrong, but I just like to say stuff. So
That's right. Her liver backs up from the 70s like mine, so it happens.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, those were the days, weren't they?
Someone say lemon? What? Never mind.
But I think that he's frail. I'm talking about Putin. I think that he probably spends time like in a cryo chamber or something, just to keep going. Maybe he has blood transfusions like Dumpy. I don't know. But I don't think that he's out at all in public. I think he's barely seen by anybody except for those who care for his bodily functions, you know, and that's what I honestly believe. That's what I believe.
Well, do you realize how many independent films are going to be coming out in about 6 years from now?
Oh my God. I'm thinking about going back into acting, because there's going to be a lot of roles for women my age, you know, a lot. Look at that. Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, you know, all these ancient guys they're going to be movies about a lot of people. And they're going to need those people as characters in the movies about Dumpy and Putin and probably what's his nose, the you know, Leon.
Do you remember when Trump first started becoming president?
Mm-hmm.
Shakespeare in the Park did a series, and the first play they did was Julius Caesar, and they dressed Julius Caesar up as this man with a blonde wig and oversized blue suit, long red tie. At the end, everybody the Senate is stabbing him. Yeah, they actually took that down.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, artist Liz says I could play Liz Cheney. Oh, I'd love that. I would love that.
You can, or Liz, or artist Liz would. Just
No,
kidding.
no. She said this.
I'm teasing. I saw it.
She said I could play Liz Cheney, Arthur. So I'm going to play Liz Cheney. We'll take it as
Okay.
gospel because that's what I want to do.
Just play Larry Bud Melman.
Oh my God. Anyway, so Putin. He's barely being kept alive by whatever medical means necessary. And I think that's Trump's end too. I think he'll also have a similar thing that he's yeah, I mean, I think he's on his way. I think right now he's being medically supported.
Well, every time I'm at Sprouts and see the Swiss cheese, I get a psychic hit. The leader's brain. And,
Yeah. Oh yeah, his brain's got to be bad. And I still say that the guy has syphilis and it's eating his brain. I still stand by that.
Well, that's yeah.
Right?
I agree 100% with that.
Because that disease does bring on madness. But he already had dementia and Alzheimer's in his family.
This is like the madness of King George all over again.
It is, and I did a video about that. I compared
I
their
didn't know that.
Yeah, I did a comparison about
What?
Trump and George.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. It's funny. They actually do have quite a bit in common astrologically. They're both Geminis. They both have Leo rising. Trump was born with his his sun connected to the planet Uranus. King George was born with his moon connected to Uranus. And that, for both of them, that's a very strong sign of, drumroll please, madness. It just is. So,
why don't we see Susan Powder right now? Stop the insanity.
Yeah. God. Yeah. And I also compared it to what was going on in the country at the time that King George was influencing the Revolutionary War, and when he lost that final battle, and what's going on now. Very simpatico, my friend.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, we are basically removing a monarch. That's what we're doing. I mean, and then I think it was like the next day after I did my video is when they had that Time cover revealed that it's a fake cover, but I think he has it like, is it a fake? Yeah, it's a fake cover of him with the crown.
That's the fake King. Yeah.
King Donald Trump. And I was just like, oh my God, out of the mouths of idiots.
Yeah, I think he's by that. I think George Santos has one, but it said Queen for a day.
Oh God, I wonder when Dumpy did that cover on Time, I wonder if he started having his diapers marked with a crown. I bet he did.
And that said to send up.
Yeah. And if he wants his daily briefings to come in a red box, I bet he does that too. I bet that's something too.
Yeah, but then unfortunately they put Crayolas in it.
Oh God. So let's talk about what's the one we're going to talk about first. So let's talk about this KGB information.
Sorry, it's not me. It's not you. It's me.
It's me. It's okay. People tell me that. Let's talk about the KGB drafting Trump in '87. Is this news going to?
No.
It's
true, but it's not going to do anything.
You don't think so?
If it didn't do anything then, it's not going to do anything now.
I think it was encouraged by somebody. I think the guy who leaked it, I think it was encouraged. And I'll tell you nefariously who I think encouraged it to Putin.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Leon. Because isn't Leon still talking to Putin daily? Or is he too busy going to Fort Knox?
He's too busy out on ketamine. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's so high on ketamine. That is so disgusting.
Entertainment purposes only again.
It's so disgusting. Yes, entertainment purposes only, but please. So this is good. You'll like this one, Arthur. Maybe Dumpy eats imperial margarine. You remember they used to put the crown on their head?
It's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
That's right. Oh my God.
Da-da-da. I remember that.
Oh, that's so crazy. All right, so you don't think you think it's a nothing burger? You don't think that
It's
anybody?
been out there for so long. I mean, it's not going to change anybody's mind.
But why today? Why did it come out today? And why was it the Daily Beast? Why did they take it down so quick?
Well, they probably took it down because somebody said take it down. What you reading?
Cards. Okay. Oh my God. No, I think it's going to have an impact. I got the High Priestess. So this is going to lead to many more questions. This might even inspire people to actually read the Mueller report. That would be awesome. We got the Page of Wands.
I always feel it comes back.
It is an announcement. Yeah, definitely it's coming back. And under it, the Devil.
Can they do it on books on tape? Maybe with
Yeah, I have it on Audible.
Really?
Yeah. It still didn't get me to listen to the whole thing, but I listened to most. Not most.
Maybe you get Chris Rock to read it or something.
Exactly, right? No, they had a bunch of good actors read it, so that was good. Yeah, I do think it's going to have some impact because I think it's going to get people to go back and look at all the things that were about him and against him. All right, so that was our first thing we were going to talk about. The second thing we were going to talk about is this very interesting report about 2 arrests made today in Washington.
Ooh. Nothing like going back to the scene of the crime.
Exactly. Enrico Tarrio and Stuart Rhodes of Peanut Butter Boys and the Oath Creepers fame.
Mm-hmm.
They went back to the Capitol, and apparently that was a no-no. And
well, they also assaulted somebody.
And they assaulted somebody. That's a bigger no-no. But I think, didn't they put up something that said they were not allowed to go back?
No, that was withdrawn by the judge.
It was withdrawn. Okay, yeah. So then they had to beat up somebody in order to get thrown in jail. So I guess they were just, following their job description, just doing what they should do.
Or what was that? Just doing what comes naturally.
Yeah. So who do we think is going to be the next person who gets rearrested?
There's a long list.
I know. Roger Stone comes to mind. It would be nice if he was rearrested.
I'm just waiting for Bannon to now that he pled guilty to I pled guilty. When am I going to get my pardon?
Yeah. Do you think he's expecting that?
Yeah, of course.
It's such a racket. It's just terrible. All right. What else do we got here? So, all right. So, Leon, the co-president.
No, I think he is the president, but that's another story.
Oh.
We'll just call him the Ketamine Kid. How's that?
Yeah, let's do that because I don't want to get arrested for treason for, referring to him with the wrong title.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's bad. Okay, so Ketamine Kid has been asked by the other guy, Dumpy, to go to Fort Knox and take a look at the gold and make sure it's still there. Now, what do we think is the real reason that he wants to go to Fort Knox?
Because he saw the movie Goldfinger and he wants to relive it. I think Odd Job's there helping him,
Maybe. I think they just want to pick up a few early Christmas presents. Honestly. Christmas presents for the like of
it's more than a paperweight.
Yeah, it's more than a paperweight. Exactly. So I just wonder, are they just going shopping or
I'm waiting for Trump to come up with his own insignia and start putting it like the Nazis had on the gold.
Oh my God. Yes. The Imperial Crown. It'd be easy to find a stamp of that. It would be easy.
Isn't that like a trademark with Burger King?
It's a different style crown.
Oh
boy. Oh my God. So
I just think it's just odd, It
is odd. But claiming Greenland is going to become red, white, and blue land is odd also. So, oh my God, these, I'm pulling out cards and not really doing these readings, but I got to tell you, most of the cards that I'm pulling out are major arcana, so something's going on with the Fort Knox thing. Yeah, there's going to be there's going to be a big hubbub about the security at Fort Knox, but it's not going to hold them back. It's actually going to be pretty minor. And the thing is, they are going to try something kind of creepy. They are going to try to like take something. I don't know if right when they walk in there or on their way out, they might have to have a second trip, but they're going to get found out pretty quickly. It's going to be exposed what their real motivations are pretty quickly. We got the sun right at the top of it. They're
it's not like walking to Bergdorf Goodman and asking for a sample.
Yeah, and saying, "Can you measure me for that?" Yeah, can you measure me for a gold brick?
Yeah.
Yeah, they it's pretty clear that's what they want. They want the gold. They just want the gold. They just want.
I need a new lid for my toilet at home.
Yeah.
Can we melt this down?
Yeah. Well, or they walk in and they say, "Jesus, there's like half the gold bricks gone," but really those gold bricks are just being loaded into a truck or 40 trucks for them.
Like I said, I saw Goldfinger.
There is so much gold in Fort Knox. I imagine just even half of it, if you were going to load it into like Brinks armored trucks, how
It'd
many?
be like watching the Hobbit movies with the dragon.
Yeah, right. And then I heard someone else was talking about this. I want to say it was the guy from maybe it was either Midas Touch or the guy from Secular Talk, who is really an interesting guy, by the way, if you don't listen to him.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying that Fort Knox is just one military base that has multiple archives of gold. It just has the most, but there are apparently lots of military bases that house gold. I'm like, wait, what? I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
And yet we still don't back our currency with gold.
Thanks to Richard Nixon.
Yeah. Crazy town. So the final outcome on the little cards that I threw was the Hermit. So I think
shedding light on it.
Well, I got the Sun and then the Hermit, but one way of reading that is that they will be exposed for what they're doing, but it will be too late because they will have already absconded to be alone with their gold. Maybe in another country.
Like, oops, we locked them back in. We don't have the combination.
Now that would be justice. That would be really great, and that would be justice. But the justice card that I got was in the past.
Oh, okay.
Which is really a shame because we need justice in the future. I did get the World card though, and it was their hopes. So they are hoping that with this gold, they can do world domination. That's what they want.
What was it? Tears for Fears had that song out back in the 80s. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Well, these guys do. Yeah. Everybody that was in Saudi Arabia wants to rule the world. Musk wants to rule the world. Musk thinks he already does rule the world because he's so high.
Well, he thinks he owns it.
Yeah, he thinks he owns it. He really does. It's really bad. Okay, what's the next question? So Musk, that was number 3. Oh, so the Court of Appeals rejected the thing about birthright citizenship.
The Ninth Circuit Court, yeah.
The Ninth Circuit Court. So what's going to happen next on this issue? Because I don't think they're going to follow the rules of the court.
They're still going to back down. They can't. I do not see them all of a sudden taking American citizens and throwing them away.
Well, they haven't had much luck with ICE deportations anyway.
Right.
That's just turning into, I mean, it's horrible for the people that they do send away. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the actual numbers, it's not very many people. Mm. And I wonder how soon it will be before those people will be able to come back and rejoin their families. It's really awful.
They will.
They will rejoin their families, I know, but it's just so much misery and so much havoc in their lives in the meantime. It's terrible.
But again, the headline actually reads Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals rejects Trump appeal to reinstate birthright citizenship executive order.
Okay.
It's still part of the Constitution. You just can't do an executive order erase the Constitution.
Except that he's crazy like King George, and Musk is high like a high school kid, and they don't care about.
I know you say they don't care, but the thing is, there are other people that do care, that do follow the Constitution.
You think that they'll hold them to that?
That's what's coming down. We're in a constitutional crisis as we speak.
Yes.
And we're living in the Fourth Reich.
Yes.
And I do feel psychically that everybody keeps saying, oh no, they're going to take it away. They're going to take it away. We're going to die. It's not going to be that way, people. What I've been predicting is when we get to the first week of March, he thinks he gets away with everything. Then come the 15th, which is the Ides of March, it all turns to crap. And by the end of March, there's some splaining to do into July. So this is where I'm not panicking. And people saying, well, oh my God, it's going to be taken care of. When the guys aren't giving me specifics on it, other than chill. Sit down. It's only an acorn, Chicken Little. The sky is not falling. Okay?
And also, if you notice, now that protests have been going on for over a month, big, huge, gnarly protests all over the country. Now that they've been going on for about 30 days, legacy media is starting to cover it. I watched a really good show with, I think it was not just Rachel Maddow, it was Nicole Wallace did one where she showed like all sorts of different states. And then I want to say.
Yeah, but again, that's MSNBC. That's not like ABC, CBS, and.
Well, CNN. I think it was Alex Witt. Is she MSNBC or CNN? I thought I was watching CNN when I saw something. But anyway, it is starting to come out. And my cat's here. I don't know if you can notice, but all of a sudden I'm a little distracted and my camera's moving. There's the tail. So
I thought it was gremlins.
Well, I have gremlins too, but Nyx patrols. That's why she's in here. She's patrolling it. Hi.
And also the Supreme Court won't allow Trump to immediately fire the head of the whistleblower office.
Oh, good. That is really, really good. Yeah, see, the way that they disregard so many norms, I mean, that was what he did in his first regime. And it just worries me the way he just ignores these things. And I know they will stop him.
It catches up to him. I'm telling you, it does catch up to him.
Yeah, I know it's going to catch up to him. My worry is about until they catch up with him on each individual thing, the people that are harmed along the way. That's just, I think an empath, that's what I'm picking up.
Well, I do too, but at the same time, what also the guys have also given me is the things that have been dismantled will be brought back, but built back better.
Yeah,
and not, this won't be able to happen again per se. But also anyone that has lost monies and things of that nature,
jobs,
there's going to be reinstatements and also reimbursements.
Yeah, I see that too.
Except the only thing that I feel bad about is what about the people who have died because of all this.
Exactly. Yeah, I do. See, I know.
Like the child that the family that was turned away from a shelter because they didn't have room for them. And then 2 children froze to death in a van, and now they want to hold the mother responsible.
Oh, Jesus.
For the for child abuse, when it's like they were desperately trying to get into a shelter.
Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to put this up for us.
Please do.
From my friend Kathy, the professional Aquarian. A nationwide injunction was issued tonight against all the DEI EOs. Very good. Very good. That doesn't help with healthcare, but still very, very good.
Oh, with the DEI though, I just hope there was one thing that did happen, and Clarence Thomas was shoved off the bench.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. But I don't think Leon's gotten to the SCOTUS yet.
Don't call him Leon. I know people named Leon, and that's a disgrace to them.
It is, but I don't want to say his name.
Well, just know you can't spell felon without ELON.
There you go. I could call him Elonia.
Yeah, we do that.
Okay. Ketamine Kid. That's what I should land on.
Ketamine Kid. That's what I like.
Okay, so let's see. Next thing that we want to talk about.
Thank you, Professional Aquarian.
Yes, thank you. And Kathy's also the one that sent me the article about the KGB.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Kathy.
And they should bring back the stuff about his grandfather being in the KKK.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We discussed that backstage, guys. That because Arthur wanted me to clarify that. Okay, did I say KGB or KKK? And I let him know that Trump was born into the KKK because his father was I think a founding member. So
and his grandfather was involved.
Founding member. There you go. So, Kitty. Oh, Kitty's so cute. Okay. Next thing, Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard. Two of my favorite people in the government. How about you?
Direct line to Russia.
Direct line to Russia. How are they going to handle briefings with her? I mean, how?
Feel other countries are not going to give any information.
How are either one of them going to get a security clearance? They're not.
Well, Jared Kushner shouldn't have a security clearance, but Daddy made a phone call and got a security clearance.
He's a metrosexual, so
But he has eyes of a shark. They're just black.
They're dead. They are dead.
And I'm not talking mean about sharks.
But go ahead.
No, but Kash Patel, I mean, entertainment purposes only. The reason why all these people are getting in is I feel that people's families are being threatened that if you don't,
yes, 100%. I think
the blob boss is in charge, saying if you don't, we'll do something.
Yeah, I feel that too, and I feel that a lot of Democratic people in Congress and in government are being threatened. Mm-hmm. I think that's why they're not speaking up as much.
Yeah, but they're going. But don't forget, a lot of them were speaking up, but the legacy corporate news was not covering them.
Yes, that's true too. And I noticed that they're a lot more present on social media than they were. So they realized that they can't expect legacy media to put anything out there for them. But then you have to go to several different sources to see things. You may not be subscribed to that person, or you may not be on.
I know, but I'm just saying that it's disgusting, but it's all going to change.
I feel that too. I feel it definitely is. And I feel that we're in that. I don't know, you probably didn't see it. I did a really short little video like last week talking about what my guys are telling me about how things are going to progress. And it just dovetails exactly with what you just were talking about. But I feel that as far as describing the little journey that we're on, that there's going to be a, let them eat cake moment where everybody, the call falls off the eyes, what is it? The scales fall from their eyes, and all of a sudden we see how bad it is. I think we're in that moment now. Mm-hmm. I think we're in that moment where we're just going, what? And I think part of it is that KGB article. I think that's just like the cherry on the sundae. But I think a lot of things leading up to that, this whole last week, we're just saying, hey, this guy is really bad.
But we're getting to the point of enough is enough. It's like the battered wife can only take so much, and one day just says, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Gail K is saying we all feel the pressure building. I've been feeling it for like a few weeks, really, just building. And I think that, the scales are, we're at 444, my favorite number.
Hi, 44. 4.
But once we have that let him eat cake moment, which is pretty much what we're culminating to now this weekend, then I feel like we'll begin to see things happening. And one of the things that is happening is that court opposal to the DEI
Mhm.
executive orders. That's one
Mhm.
of them.
This
And
is reminding me of in The Matrix. Do you want the Kool-Aid or do you want the V8?
yeah,
The blue
exactly.
pill or the red pill?
Exactly. I mean, Stuart Rhodes and Enrique Tarrio, we could see that also as another little piece of the puzzle that they're going back to jail. Um, we've seen GOPs in the Congress start to kind of stand up to Trump, but also
Well,
backing away from him.
how about the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's involved with Doge, just bought $60,000 of stock in Tesla? She already had about $100,000 in Tesla. She just bought it in the last after she became working for Tesla, or after working for Doge, she's buying Tesla stock.
Well, maybe she sees that her career is going to come to an end pretty quickly and she's just lining up a new job. I mean,
Insider trading, anybody?
yeah,
Where's
100%.
Walter Gecko when you need him?
A
Or
100%, 100%. All those people. Well, I think a lot of those people are going to be arrested, though. I
Mhm.
think Marge is just one of probably about 75 or 100.
Oh, homie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kitty, I just got you off the table. I just gave you a little treat. You don't need another one. You're going to get fat. You're going to get fat. Think about your girlish figure. Oh, boy. Okay. What else do we talk about here? We got the
and
cake.
then the fact that all these people are buying property in Florida,
Yeah.
be around Mar-a-Lago. I'm just waiting for the hurricane to hit them and knock them all down. They don't have insurance.
And the whole thing that sits in the ocean to just fall in. So it's going to happen. All it takes is like one hurricane with one right after it, and it's going to be boom, done.
And how about DeSantis is suing Target now for having the gall of putting out pride displays
Well, isn't Target one of those stores, though? One of those
around DEI?
that,
Yeah.
that dropped the DEI's thing. So I wonder how, I mean, he should drop the case. That's just stupid.
Well, I'm just no, the fact they actually had it though. I mean, it's come on.
Yeah, I know. I remember when he first
But
started.
then in Iowa, they're like, they're letting they had a thing going through where they will allow the Nazi flag and the Confederate flag to be flown because it's educational, but the pride flag is not to be flown.
I wonder if DeSantis is going to be part of the group that gets arrested.
Well, his wife should be arrested for all the money she took during the hurricane
Yes.
relief and
Yes,
never
she
went to the
really
hurricane
should.
people.
I'm going to throw a few cards on her.
Entertainment purposes only. I have to keep on saying that.
Really, DeSantis and his wife are really kind of like King Louis and Marie Antoinette.
Well, you realize he doesn't have lifts on his shoes. Those are just cloven hooves.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of them have. Okay, so what is her name? Somebody know her name? Oh, Kitty, stop! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? My cat just came over and just clamped her jaws on my wrist because I haven't given her another treat. Okay, I have to take her out. Sorry. Come on. Come on. It's time for a field trip.
Damn, I knew I should have brought my sock puppet. Well, it seems that it's just me.
Oh, I'm here. I'm not.
Okay.
I wouldn't leave you that stranded. I can't believe that. She actually clamped her jaws around my arm. Oh, my. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, what is her name? I'll just call her Marie Antoinette.
Mrs.
Mrs. DeSantis. Well, duh.
I wonder if you change your name so she can vote.
Someone put it in the chat. It's Casey DeSantis. Okay.
It should be Karen. Somebody explained to her when she was, they said she's like, a Karen on crack.
Okay.
So
3 cards. Is she gonna get arrested? Is she going to get arrested for hoarding the Florida money that she was supposed to give for the hurricane?
Yes. I just pulled the card and I got a yes on it.
Oh, and then some. Not only is she going to get arrested for that, but she's also going to get arrested for something that's much more international.
Ooh. I'm hearing the song Chain Gang for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Casey, you little minx. You're going to jail. And, they're trying to put her up for running for governor for Florida.
Yeah.
So they keep some sort of, what do they call that?
Nepotism.
Nepotism. But when family after family after family keeps things going, I can't think of words elude me. Somebody will say it in the chat. Like Billions, the show Billions, okay.
Succession.
Okay. So what else do we have here? Oh, this is a good one. So Ketamine Kid had someone deputize his kinderkinds.
U.S. Marshals Service reportedly deputized Musk's security team.
Yeah, that's rich. That's rich because those kids still need babysitters. I don't know how they qualify.
I like what actually was it Hillary Clinton said. Most of these kids can't even rent a car. They're not old enough.
That's so true. They can't rent a car or rent a hotel room. You gotta be older to rent a hotel room.
I saw one of the pictures of them.
Yeah, bad. But they're just going to keep doing what they're doing because Ketamine Kid just keeps coming up for air and saying, "Oh, did you do this? Yes, to do that."
God. And all they're doing is running everything through AI. Really, they're bringing their computers in and running through everything through AI. Is what my guys were showing me.
I was listening to something today that was trying to explain how their newly formed system was really going to revolutionize things and not going to change anything for the people who are getting the services. I think they were talking about not USAID, but like the Treasury or IRS or something like that. But that it was going to be really, really great and everything is going to be fine. And I'm like, really? You think there's going to be anything left? They're hollowing out our government. They're hollowing out our Treasury.
It's a husk.
Yeah, they're hollowing out Medicare. I mean, it's bad, but it's not going to last. I don't want to frighten people.
No.
I've just got a very jaded perspective of the things that they are trying to put out in the
They're attempting. They're not actually doing it.
No, exactly. They're attempting to gaslight the American public and make it seem like they really have the American public's best interest at heart. They have nobody's interest at heart.
I had a client actually say, "What does gaslight mean?" I said, "Gaslight means you watch a movie with Charles Boyer and Ingmar Bergman."
This is true.
Before it was a verb, it was a noun.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well,
it's a great movie.
We ran through all my questions, so let's take a look and see. Oh, we got some things started. Let me go out here.
Okay.
Oh, here's a good one. Okay. Will we really get that stimulus money that Musk announced? No.
Does the Pope in the Vatican or the woods?
Yeah. No.
Just like, well, the other thing is they said, we're not going to tax Social Security. Yeah, because we're going to take it away.
Right.
Actually, though, I did have to chuckle. It's a perverse chuckle when he said that Carrie Lake would be in charge of Voice of America. And they got rid of Voice of America.
Rather than have to listen to her. Oh, my God. That's funny.
So much for Tokyo Rose.
Okay. BJ Dustman says, do you see anything positive soon for us?
We get to read an obituary.
Yes. I do see things changing, but once they identify or expose or isolate or do whatever they can do to stop the processes that Ketamine Kid and the Dumpy have put in motion, it is going to be a process. It isn't going to just all of a sudden go back to normal.
No, but it has to be rebuilt.
It has to be
restructured.
Restructured.
But with Congress oversight.
Yes, with Congress oversight. And honestly, many of the systems that we have probably do need to be overhauled, but not in this way.
But not by 19-year-olds with AI.
Yeah, and also probably I believe that for years and years and years, most government agencies have been working with very outdated hardware, let alone outdated software. I mean, they probably can't even run up-to-date software on most of their hardware. So,
You mean they don't upgrade their Apple like I do every so many months?
No, they can't. They absolutely can't. And we've had too many, I have to say it, Republicans who have stopped that kind of
Oh
spending.
yeah, it's not that they don't want to, it's the Republicans are stopping it.
It's just like our infrastructure for 100 years. I can't blame the Republicans for the whole 100 years, but for the last 50 years, yeah, they've said, no, that's frivolous spending. It's not frivolous spending.
Yeah, when the big factories are using the streets paid by the public and then destroy the streets, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And when you think that our highway system was actually built for the military to use in case of a huge attack.
Thank you, Eisenhower.
Thank you, Eisenhower. And none of our highways at this moment could bear the weight of a single tank. They just couldn't. They're too old and crumbly. They would just fall apart and that tank would just go dumping into the earth. So, yeah, I mean, we are in a bad state as far as infrastructure goes.
And that's why our last president
did the infrastructure bill.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And that's why we had a brilliant guy as head of transportation, Pete Buttigieg, who wanted to put a lot of that money towards fixing that infrastructure. That was,
and now we've got a guy that was like what on a reality show and Fox.
God. Oh God, this is so abhorrent. It's just so, it's so awful because it's the way they're trouncing our relationships with our allies is just ugh. But anyway, yes, things are going to get better. BJ Dustman, they are going to get better, but you'll have to be patient. You're going to have to be patient. All right. Oh, this is good.
That's why there's gummies in California.
Krasnov, Russian military leader and Nas collaborator. Oh, okay. Okay, great.
Springtime for Elon. Never mind.
Let's see. Do you see if Cash? Oh, okay. That's a good one from Artist Liz. Do you see if Kash Patel will try to get people arrested on his hit list as well as anyone who tells the truth about F-45? Thank you.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
I'll try.
Yeah, I think Pam Bondi will take care of people who she feels are not telling the truth about F-45, and Patel will just focus on his list because he doesn't seem to me. I know he's a lawyer, right? He is a lawyer, I believe.
Yeah, well, so is Haba, but whatever.
Well, that's true. That's true. But he doesn't seem like he's not. To me, he doesn't seem like he's really quick on his feet. So I just don't see how he's going to be at all successful in this role. I mean, obviously, he's not qualified in so many other ways, but just defending the things that he's.
Well, they wrote it as a children's book for him to look at.
Does he have children who can read it to him?
Well, remember, he wrote all those children's books, so.
God. No, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, in one of them, a dog urinates on an enemy of a GOP man, and he's very proud of that.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I don't know. When I look at him, I always look like he's about to explode. I just can't explain it. It's just whatever. Ask him a question, he's lying, he explodes.
Who explodes? Kash Patel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He reminds me of that. It's just a mint. Remember that? It's just a little mint. You can have this from Meaning of Life, Monty Python.
Yeah. Kash Patel. What is his Cash Patel?
He's a yes man. He'll do what he's the one who'll do whatever.
Oh, you know what's happening to him? He's 44 years old. This means that he's having a Uranus return. And when this happens, people go bananas. This is when, people break up their marriages because they feel like they need to be free and they need to express themselves. And, the men go buy red sports cars and start having affairs with teenage girls. And the women, go out and buy all leopard. Hello. And I'm not 44, but but the women go out and, if they can settle for a new dog, it really helps.
They cougarize
They
themselves.
cougarize themselves. They absolutely do. So he's just,
And then they end up looking like Pam Bondi.
yeah.
Blonde hair.
So, he may go a little crazy. He may go a little cray-cray.
That might be fun.
Yeah, it might be fun to watch.
I can hear the music to the Benny Hill show behind them.
And he's in good company. I mean, Ketamine Kid is pretty crazy with his behavior. Dumpy's very crazy with his behavior. I mean, he's in good company. Mitch McConnell. I mean, he's got a lot of people who could keep him company. It's very nice. It's very nice. All right, what else have we got here? Let's see.
By the way, thank you everyone for stopping by tonight.
Yes, thank you so much. Oh God, let's do
Colleen
this.
and I have been talking about doing something together, and so this is how it happened.
Yeah, this is it. Will Leon have his child or children taken away from him because of his drug use?
They haven't already, so.
What's that?
They haven't already, so.
Yeah. This is a man with like an almost unlimited amount of money to fight legalities. And with his attitude that he has enough money to do whatever the F he wants on the whole planet, it will take a lot of determination and will and
it's gonna have to take the mothers.
Well, but the mothers are going to need teams of lawyers
Mm-hmm.
to be able to fight this. Just teams. Because I mean it was again on Secular Talk. The guy was showing us that the mother of the kid X that was in the Oval Office is having a hard time getting in touch with him and trying to get him to stop taking X around. Another one of his baby mamas has been trying to reach him for, I guess, like all week, because their child together, is really sick and really needs to go to the doctor, and she's having trouble, and she needs Ketamine Kid's involvement, and he's ghosting her. He's even started to restrict her ability on X to post.
He's what, up to 14 kids now?
Maybe. I know it's at least 13. But yeah. And what is with that? Why does he have to have so many kids? How come there's no drug test for him? No, what they need is a test for women to be able to stay away from him. Have you been exposed to Ketamine Kid? Here's what you do to get rid of him. All right. So Bannon doing the Nazi salute. Yeah. Okay. We just call that Tuesday. Okay. Like he's just trying to one up Ketamine Kid. Well, they have to check Dumpy's bathroom for what? Nixon.
Blockage?
I don't know. Common denominator, Roger Stone. Yeah. Okay. When will Leonia take the drugs one time too much? Ooh, that's a good question. When do we think?
I keep on saying, have you ever seen a picture of him without the plastic surgery and his hair plugs? He looks like Gollum.
I know.
Dang precious.
I have. And I thought that exact same thing. Yeah, he's evil. He's really evil. But the drugs, he's in 50. He's just, I think, either 50 or like 51, 52. He's not super old. And at that age, I don't think most people think they're old. Most people still think they're young, or they look young for their age because they don't want to accept that they're getting old. So he could take too much. He could take too much and really hurt himself. I think he's taking too much right now because he's been high, like I said, probably every day since the election. And he was already taking it before the election. So, but I think he's like every day since the election. I think this guy's been totally toasted.
I mean, at this point, he could probably go to Mars without any help.
I think he's been on Mars a couple of times without any help. He's really out there. He's really out there. So, what will it take? I wonder if he has any other health issues that the ketamine might make worse.
I don't know.
Oh, my sister's in the house. Hi, Cleo.
Hi, Cleo.
Let's see what we get. Leona's health. What'd you see?
Cheap Ants says EM is also probably the sperm donor to Amber Heard's kid. They fought over embryos.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, what I get for Ketamine Kid is when he goes overboard, he's going to just hide. He's just going to hide.
When he runs and hides.
Mhm.
But they still find him. The long arm of the law catches up.
Nah, not for a while.
But eventually.
Eventually, yeah. But I think, this is interesting because I've always seen him running away, and I don't think he's going back to South Africa. I think he doesn't want to be in South Africa.
Buys an island, probably.
Yeah. There's, I think South Africa, there's probably stuff there that he's wanted for or whatever. But I do think that when he runs away, it will be because of a health issue first before the long arm of the law. You think a long arm of the law?
Well, first of all, I really think he feels his last name is Blofeld, and he can do anything. Well, yes, I'm on James Bond movies tonight, people.
Yes, that's what he thinks. He does think that he can do anything.
Oh, this other thing though is the joy going down and Trump saying he himself is going to take over the post office.
Trump's going to take over the post office?
Yeah.
Why? Why does he want to do that? See, okay, let's talk about Trump for a minute. So
we can have the Kennedy Center will be now called the Trump Center.
Yeah. So I had always seen Dumpy losing his mind, having like a stroke or something like that, and being almost incapable of handling anything, and ending up in a facility of some kind that he's basically hospitalized. He's in a large suite where the windows are all blocked up with pictures of windows and looking outside, and then there's TVs on the wall all over the place playing his rallies nonstop, interspersed with McDonald's commercials. And that he'll have his little bunny slippers with the president.
And Home Alone 2.
And who?
And Home Alone 2.
Yeah, and Home Alone 2. Yeah, because he's in it. So I think we're actually in the first phase of that. I think that people around him are just shining him on, telling him what he wants to hear, and I don't think he's calling the shots much.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Before, and I still see this prediction as an image, is I've always seen him in a gurney.
Oh, yeah.
Handcuffed to a gurney.
Yeah, there will be that.
Handcuffed.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But will that be because he's like
combination
angry out of control, or will it be because he's comatose?
Both moments. I think it's because Ivanka's going to have, look in, for $20, you can see him.
Who do you think has power of attorney for his, for his like health directive?
Roger Stone.
That actually came to mind too.
Actually, the other night, someone asked if how come the older Trump kids aren't really saying too much about their dad? It's like, because they're in the will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Melania's not going to say. Maybe Melania. Maybe Melania is the power of attorney.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, somebody needs to have that
Maybe
because.
it's Haba.
Oh God, I bet you're right. I bet that's the only person that he would trust with that kind of thing because she's such a suck up. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think it's Haba. I think it's Haba, and we're not
Because
allowed.
he knows Melania would say, pull the plug now.
Yeah, her or Ivanka would say that
Yeah.
for
But then
different.
again, when I talked to my lawyer about, he said I had to have a living will.
Hmm.
I said, can we put it on there? Okay, you have to pull the plug, count to 10 and put it back in, see if that works.
So basically a reboot.
Yeah. He said, we can't put that in there. I said, why not? I have it on a card in my wallet anyway, though.
Wow, interesting. So this is a good question. So how will history remember this time?
It'll be under the topic of WTF.
Hmm. Yeah, I can just see if they're still printing books, the pages about this episode of our history, the edges of the pages will be a different color so they stand out.
Or it'll be like in Ethel Merman when she wrote her memoir,
Hmm.
when she wrote about her marriage to Ernest Borgnine. It was a
Hmm.
blank page.
No, they're going to write about it.
Mm.
I think they're going to write about it and write about it and write about it. I also feel that this one episode of our history may actually increase law school by a whole year because they're going to have to teach so many courses about what went on, what was changed. This is the way the laws are. I mean, eventually they'll bring it back down to the 3 years, but I think there's going to be so much that this impacts as far as government and law goes. And just generally politics and foreign domestic relations and all of that stuff. I think it's going to be quite profound the way it changes our history. And I don't think this is going to be written in my lifetime. I mean, I think it'll finally get finalized and really in the books and everything.
And as they always say, whoever
Years.
writes the history books, it's their history.
That's true. That's true. But with some time, I mean, 50 years from now, I think
I don't see there's going to be a lot of Trump high schools. High
no,
schools named after Trump. I don't see that.
no. But there might be one for Cash Patel.
A children's lending library, maybe.
Yes, children's lending library. And what kind of memorials do you think there will be for, I don't know, Christy Nome? Animal sanctuary?
No, but you'll be able to buy her cosplay outfits online.
Oh, what about Tulsi Gabbard? First, I see hair care products. I see makeup. Oh God.
She actually looks like Elsa Lanchester from Bride of Frankenstein. So
She doesn't look that much like her. Elsa
with
was.
that red, with the white,
Yeah. One white streak does not give you celebrity status. I think that her legacy will be people, cosmetics and costumes, but also great spy sets for children. A whole new way of doing spy sets.
No, she'll be the editor for the new version of Spy versus Spy
There you go. There
from
you go.
Mad Magazine.
Yeah, for Mad Magazine. I love that. Okay, we'll do my sister's question and then we'll kind of wrap it up. Okay, Cleo wants to know, when will Trump be charged for treason?
Not soon enough.
I say posthumously. I just don't think he's going to last. But I do think he'll be charged, and I think they'll go through the whole thing because that's the first step in declaring him an illegitimate president and in writing the new laws and in changing the law schools and changing the law books and changing the government and all of it. That is the first step, is finally nailing it down for treason. That is so important to all. For me, I think that is the big important step. That's the first brick in the wall. So I don't know when. Cleo, I wish I could tell you. Are you have timing?
No, but when he does cross, somebody has to call Dr. Van Helsing just to make sure it doesn't rise again. But then you need a heart to stake, so I don't think there is one. So whatever.
But can you imagine his what do they call it when you cross over and his life review? Can you imagine? It's going to take so long. It's going to take
Yeah,
so.
instead of bringing the popcorn, it's going to bring your own vomit distress. I can't talk tonight.
Okay.
Bring a vomit distress bag, you know,
Yes. Yeah. It's
from
going to be
Pan
bad.
Am or
It's
something.
going to be bad. It's going to be bad. His life review is uh just bad. Message about a new coronavirus with pen. Oh God.
I just like threw up in my mouth thinking about it. Sorry.
Yeah. And then here's Elaine Suarez. Why is resolution of this nightmare taking so long? Because things like this do have to take time. There is a weight and a gravitas to what we are going through that is so important for us as a country. But more than that, it is so important for the world. It is not just our country that's going through this. Our country is one fulcrum that the whole rest of the world is kind of balancing across, showing the world what corruption and what inactivity about the corruption can do. We already had it in the 30s with Hitler, and now we're having it again with Trump. We've had many risings up, but we haven't acted
You
on
know,
it.
this also though reminds me of
What?
the movie Goodfellas, where everybody thinks they're getting away with everything, and then at the last minute, they all come crashing down.
Yeah, and I think
That's
so.
what this is.
I think that's what this is too. So don't resent the fact that it's taking so long. Take care of yourself. Live in the
Take care
light.
of others.
Take care of others. Don't give in to fear. Know that it will pass. It will not last forever.
As I always say, it's going to pass. It may seem like a kidney stone, but it's going to pass.
It's going to pass. Some people are going to suffer a bit, but in the long run, we will rebuild our country better than it was before. And that is going to take a long time. But we will come out of this nightmare, I think, in this year. I think before.
Well, I'm saying at the end of July, there's some, but also it reminds me of what Mother Teresa once said. God's not going to give us anything we can't handle. I wish he didn't have so much faith in me.
Exactly. That's a good point. That's a good point. We can handle this. We can get through this. Even if you look at things like, oh, but if they take away this or that and I don't have any money, you know what? Believe in your guides and angels. When you ask for help, you will get it. Come together with your community. If you don't have a community, find
Join
it.
ours.
Yeah, find something. Yeah, join ours. Yeah. But find people, reach out, find people. It's not COVID right now. I mean, we may have other pandemics coming down the road, but right now it's not. So reach out to people, show your love, be a loving person, protect yourself, of course, be your own advocate, stay in the light and send love and light to others, even those that you have disagreements with. It is the only way to get through this and be sane. And
send them love and light till they get it right.
oh, that's great. Oh, what a great saying. Send them love and light till they get it right. I love that. Oh, that's wonderful. That's really, really
And then
wonderful.
I really feel sorry for MAGA people because I believe in reincarnation, and I think, and they're the upgrade? What were they before?
That's something I'm seeing on the news so much is MAGA people doing TikToks and stuff saying, I regret my vote so much. I'm so sorry that I voted for this man. This is so horrible.
But you did.
You did, but we need you to admit it and say you're sorry and then move on. Forgive yourself, move on, come into the light, come over to the blue with the rest of us and help with the protests, help with everything that's going on.
So it just reminded me of, if I wasn't in this wheelchair, but you are.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Anyway.
Oh
Sorry,
God.
people. That was from Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. So
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, that brings up another good point, folks. Watch a bunch of good old movies, comedies, tragedies, Betty Davis, whoever.
it's
Just
a mad world.
oh, I gotta look that up and watch that. I love that movie. We have to take care of ourselves, and one good way to do that is not to focus on the news and the horrible messages all the time.
Because that's what they want. They want us cowering, sitting in a fetal position in the corner. peeing ourselves.
Yeah, just imagine that that's Dumpy sitting in the corner peeing himself, because that's
It's
what
all projection.
Yeah, just turn it around. And again, sending love and light to them, and send them love and light until they get it right, as Arthur says. That is so important. You will feel lighter and so much better when you do that. You won't be afraid when you start doing that, because love, where love exists, hate and fear cannot exist. Love is much stronger. So just keep doing that positive, positive, positive stuff. It's so important. And, when you're starting to get a little bit down, play this video again, okay? Because I think it was pretty funny. And I think,
Or pathetic, whichever way you want to look at it. But no.
6 of one, half dozen of another. Who's quibbling?
know.
It's just something that we need to do. But yeah. So you got anything else you want to say, Arthur?
Colleen, you're the best.
You're the best. You're the best. Folks, I got to tell you.
Oh, God, we're becoming Chippendale. No,
Yeah.
you.
Wait, Chippendale? No.
No, remember Chippendale? You're the best. Oh, no, you go first. Oh, no, you go first. The little
Oh,
chipmunk.
the real Chippendale. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember them. I thought you were talking about the Chippendales, and I was like, wait, I'm wearing leopard, but come on. Yeah.
Oh, no. I say less entertain you, but I would. Yeah, the stripper pole. Yeah, I get arrested. So
yeah. So if you can't tell, Arthur and I are working up a cabaret routine, so that's why this show is so off the wall.
Let us entertain you. I'm working out. I'm bringing out my tap shoes and working on my shuffle ball changes and time steps. So.
Yeah, and I got the charts almost done. I'm ready to. Just a couple of songs I can't figure out my key, so you might have to help me.
I know, but and there's charts from Stan Kenton, a little old, but they work.
Come on, they're great charts. Those are great charts.
Actually, I studied with him. He was great. He was great.
What was the guy, Woody? What was it? You'll know his name. Woody. I can't think of it. Okay. And yeah, I love that stuff. I used to sing in a quartet that was all the modernaires songs, modernaire style arrangements. Oh God, it was so beautiful.
Actually, one of the best arrangers was Nelson Riddle.
Oh yeah.
He did all the Sinatra stuff, and he also did the music for Little House on the Prairie.
He also did an album for Linda Ronstadt where he used all those beautiful arranging skills to make lush, beautiful arrangements for her. I love that album too. I think it was a double album, like 30 songs in there. It's crazy. I learned every one of them. I love them.
We're dating.
All right. So we're just meandering now, folks. If you can't tell, we're just reliving our past because that's all we have left. No, that.
I know. I'm trying to get that 8-track player working again.
Okay. Well, I don't know when we're going to be back. Me and Arthur really like working together, and we will be back for some.
We'll be back. If there's no restraining orders, we'll be back.
Yeah, and we're still waiting on that. So keep a thumbs up, love and light and all of that stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Happy.